Hello everyone, I am Neha Gupta. I will be talking about Module D, that is Principles and Practice in Banking, that talks about the support services, that is marketing of banking service and products. To start with this topic, I will be first introducing about what is marketing and how does the marketing have taken place in a banking industry. So, what all will be spoken in this unit? Concept of marketing, significance of marketing in general as well as applicable to the Indian banks, difference between service and physical goods, importance of 4Ps in deciding the marketing mix. So before I start with, the most important thing I will be talking about is what is marketing, why this concept have been realized by the banking industry, and how much it has helped banking in terms of bringing business and revenue. So how does this concept have been realized? First, when the concept of marketing have taken place, people used to understand marketing in a form of barter system. What is barter system? Barter system is nothing but reflection of the realization that exchange add values to both the parties to the transaction. So when we talk about barter system, it's more about how goods are going to be exchanged against goods. Marketing is both a concept and a practice. The understanding of marketing in itself entirely is a decision, and appropriate marketing mix and strategy has to look upon from customer angles to make a product successful in the market. So what is the most important thing we need to understand in marketing is, when we talk about marketing, so market is nothing but it is a process that need to be followed. What process we need to follow? The process of what we need to market, in what way we need to market, and how the process will be conducted by an organization to bring maximum revenue to the organization in a fruitful manner. So basically, as I said, before understanding marketing, most important thing what we have to understand is what is market. So what is market? Market is a place or a situation where buyer and seller come together with an intention of, buyer come with an intention of buying and seller comes with an intention of selling. So what need to be understood by a marketeer? That it is in place where both are coming with a common intention. What common intention? That being a marketeer I should understand, that there should be a common purpose for both the buyer as well as the seller. So basically, coming together of buyer and seller of the similar or same product is going to define the marketing. So when we start about market, the next thing what we need to understand is what are the types of market that exist in India. Basically, there are 4 types of market that actually exist in India. Number 1, the geographical area. That means the marketing going to be defined on the basis of geographical area. For example, if we talk about banking industry, so how geographical area is being defined in banking industry? We have national office, that is your head office, we have zonal office, and we have branch offices who are servicing the customer, who are providing various benefit to the customer by making the product available. The next is by way of product and services that the banks are offering to the customer. Third, the nature of transaction. As you know very well, we are providing various form of transaction like credit, cash and so on. And the last one is the volume of transaction. That means a bulk buying or an individual buying. How the volume of transaction will be considered by the user. So what next we have to understand is the consumption is the sole end and purpose of all production, and the interest of the producer out to attend to only so far as it may be necessary for promoting that of the consumer, which is being stated by Adam Smith in his book, The Wealth of Nation. So what is the most important thing we have to understand in this definition is, consumer is the center point of any market. So being an marketeer, the most important thing we need to understand is, who are our customer, what they want, in what manner they want, how I can deliver it. So when we talk about service, the most important thing for the banking industry is customer, who are the central point for any of the services you are providing. Next, this statement condenses the essence of marketing concept. The operating word is consumer. The identification and satisfaction of the consumer requirement forms the basis for marketing. As I said, the moment we talk about marketing, the most important thing you have to understand is what is market and who will be coming in that market to buy your product. So moving forward, that comes to our main definition of the module, that is what is marketing. So marketing is a process of determining consumer demand for a product or service, motivating its sales and distributing it in the ultimate consumption of profit. Now, what are the important thing we can see over here? Marketing is a process. So, the most important thing we need to understand is it is a process that need to be followed by the organization. What does this process consist of? This process consists of planning, analyzing, controlling and implementing, which I will be taking forward. And next, this will help the organization to ultimately define what product and service they will be marketing, and lastly, how they will be providing an effective delivery of these products to the customer so that it can provide profit to the organization. So, basically when we talk about marketing, it basically followed by two philosophy. What is that? One is the management function, that we have so many functional domain in an organization, like such the finance department, operational department, marketing department and your HR department. So, marketing is one of the functional domain. Next, it is in business philosophy. Why we say it is in business philosophy? Because it depends on an organization that how they consider marketing is, whether they are conducting marketing only as a process of getting revenue or they actually want to market the product that will provide customer satisfaction. So, as I said, there are some of the key terms which you have to understand in marketing is customer satisfaction, knowing their demands, fulfilling their requirements and then getting profit out of it. So, according to Philip Kotler, who is one of the core author, when we talk about marketing as a subject and how he has given different definition to the world in terms of realizing the importance of marketing the product to the right customer. He said, marketing is the business function that identifies the current unfulfilled needs and wants, defines and measures their magnitude, determine which target market the organization can best serve and decide on appropriate products or service that can be provided to these markets. So, thus marketing serves as a link between society needs and its pattern of industry response. So, basically marketing acts as an interface between the industry and the customer. So, going further, these are the various revolutions that have taken place when we talk about marketing as a concept. Number one, industry revolution. That means initially barter system was there, which have forced the market to come up with various exchange process. Later on, it have lead to a digitalization. Then customer and market driven process. That means the importance of customer have been realized by the company. Next, the CRM process and understanding the wants of customer have been understood by the organization and various marketeer. And last but not the least is the importance of making your customer delight have been understood by the organization. And to further work on that, most of the banks and companies came forward that how best we can serve our market so that they can provide a delightfulness to their customer. So, when we talk about this, the most important thing being a marketeer you have to understand is what is the difference between selling and marketing. So, the moment I coined this word, most of the people come up with an understanding that marketing and selling is same. No, there is very big difference when we talk about marketing and selling. Marketing is a total management. That means it is a process which includes selling, which includes advertising, which includes getting or generating revenue for the organization. So, in short, when we talk about selling, selling is an activity. When we talk about marketing, marketing is in total management. When we talk about selling, it is product focus. When we talk about marketing, it is customer focus. See how the difference have taken place. When we talk about selling, it is more profit oriented. When we talk about marketing, it is customer oriented. So, basically marketing aims at maximizing the sales for marketing aims at maximizing the customer satisfaction and selling aims at maximizing the profit. That means the sales volume for an organization. So, the next is what is marketing management, the main definition for which this module is being designed, and what is the functionality which you have to understand for your organization. So, marketing management is a process of planning, executing the concept, the pricing, promotion, distribution and even following a process of distributing the goods and service in an efficient manner so that the ultimate aim of providing and satisfaction to the customer can be achieved. So, we can divide this entire definition in 4 functional domain of marketing. What is that? Analyzing, planning, implementing and control. So please be very sure of that how this 4 step can be taken forward in terms of designing and very sufficient marketing management. So it consists of analyzing. Analyzing means what? You need to identify your customer demand, their needs, and what are their requirements. Planning, you have to plan how, when, where, and in what manner I will be providing this product to my customer. Implementing means you have to design that when the product or the service can be launched in the market. And lastly, controlling the entire process, the most important function in all the 4 functionality. That is controlling the entire process of executing your product, implementing and launching your product, at the same time providing efficient service to your customer, which also include your CRM process, that is customer relationship marketing, is also going to come under controlling. Okay, so after understanding marketing, marketing management, and what is market, now we are coming to the core understanding is what can be marketed. So there are various things that can be marketed. If you just give a quick thought on what can be marketed, then you find insufficient word that you only have 2 options, that is product and service. No, but other than product and service, there are a lot of other things that can be marketed. What are that and how we can market it? Marketing consists of marketing goods. That means the product you people are using or we all are using in a form of maybe a mineral water, maybe pen, pencil, everything that is physically available and you can feel it, you can touch it, you can see it. We can also market services. Now what is services and how it is going to be marketed, I will be majorly focusing on it so that we can understand the importance of how services can be marketed. Next, events, experience. Like when we talk about experience marketing, many times you have seen many advertisement and many of the product where customers are talking about their experience, what they have gained when they have adopted particular product or they have used particular service. And last one is place. As you can see that places like Gujarat, Bihar, they are also coming up with their brand ambassador where they are talking about what type of advantage these places are having and what type of enjoyment you will be getting when you will be visiting those places and what is the cultural heritage of these places. So like that it is called as place marketing. Next one is person. Many times we have seen people are being marketing themselves in a form of celebrity endorsement. Then when we talk about cricket, we are talking about players are marketing themselves in a form of they are coming up with a various brand ambassador for different product and they are marketing that product. So that is person marketing. Next one is properties, organization, information, and last one is the idea marketing. Many times you have seen people are coming up with various ideas that what these ideas can be used for and how does these ideas can bring a change in the society. One of the best example that can be quoted over here when idea has came up with an example of that we can use a mobile phone which can help an organization to help an village in terms of educating them. So that is idea marketing. So these are various ways how marketing can be used in terms of increasing the revenue for the organization and increasing the enhancement of the product. After understanding what are the various things that can be marketed, what we have to understand is what is demand. The moment I have started the definition of marketing, I said marketing is nothing but understanding the demand, the needs and the requirement of the customer, planning it, implementing it and finally controlling the entire process. So the next question that comes in the mind is what is demand? How we need to identify the demand? What are the various type of needs? So what are demand? There are basically 4 types of demand that is majorly practiced by the organization to understand the customer requirement. Number 1, negative demand. Negative means some demands which are unfulfilled, which is not being realized by them, but we are telling that yeah, because of this demand, if you are using this product, the demand will be fulfilled. Next one, non-existing demand. For example, we all are using mobile phone, but no one have demanded that they want a touch screen or they want an Wi-Fi attached to a mobile phone so that it should be movable wherever they are going. They can use a portable device for exchanging information, talking to their friend. But it is being created by the organization and they have provided it in a form of a portable device. That is non-existing. Latent demand. Latent means what else can be expected from a product. Now latent demand is one of the most important factor for demand state. Latent means how the potentiality of the product can be increased. For example, if we talk about banking service, the service that the banks are providing in a form of 24/7 access of their service, Mobile banking, SMS banking and phone banking is nothing but it is an example of latent services or demand that is being fulfilled by the bank. It is being realized by the bank. If we really want to provide a customer satisfaction, we have to understand how well we can provide it. So they have came up with a convenience banking to provide it to their customer in a form of easily access the account, get the idea of fund transfer, know the balance statement, everything with a click by way of providing mobile banking. And the last one is declining demand. Some of the product which is not having much demand in the market, it is in declining demand. So you have to see if the further demand cannot be increased for that product, you have to withdraw that product. For example, Maruti is currently facing that. Maruti 800, the demand was declined, and later on the company have realized that even if the product is very old but demand is not taking place, so we have to withdraw the product or we have to see some other substitute for the product. So what are the core concept of marketing that you have to understand in this chapter is need, wants and demands. The moment I will say now what is need, so you can easily say need can be identified on the basis of what are the various demand that exist in the market, that is latent demand, declining demand, then non-existing demand and so on. Next one, target market and positioning. This is very core concept of marketing, because the moment we talk about marketing, being a marketeer, the next thing what you have to understand is what need to be marketed, how we can segment the market, how we can target the market in terms of providing the best fulfillment for their demands and requirements. Next one, offerings and brands. What are the various offerings your company can provide and what are the brands available in the market? Like if I talk about just to name, there are so many brand names, State Bank of India, Central Bank, Dena Bank, these all are nothing but it is a brand name. So what is the next thing you have to understand? What value and satisfaction these banking products and services are providing. Next, what are the marketing channels they are using? Next, what type of supply chain, that means the process system they are following to make this product available to the customer. And the last one, what is the marketing environment that is going to influence these products and services. So basically, to start with, it is being realized by the Indian banking industry, that is the importance of marketing, when the CEO of Indian Banking Association, Mr. M.N. Goipuria, have said, the relevance of aggressive marketing in banks have come to the fore as never before. It means it is being stated by this statement that banks also have to come forward with a very aggressive way of marketing their product and service if they want to survive in the current competition. Okay. So what does it mean? The new entry of new generation of private sector bank in India and has brought to the fore two major aspects. What are that aspects? One, the use of information technology for delivery of banking service, which has not only have increased the effectiveness of the banking product, but also provided it and facility of various ATM and mobile banking and internet banking service, as I said you. Next, it renewed the focus of the high net worthy customer, which has created a different type of private banking in the Indian banks. Like as you know, and many times it came to your notice that there are many banks who are differentiating between high-end customer and the medium and the common customer, like what type of deposits they have, what type of mobilization of their fund is taking place, and you are based on that identifying the key clientele areas, the focus customers, and based on that the services is going to differ. Next one, this provided and base for a catalyst which brought into play a rapid reaction across the entire banking sector. So when it is being realized by various banks that we are providing similar type of product, to some extent services also, most of the banks provide mobile banking, internet banking. So how we can bring the difference in this? So it is being understood to provide in difference, we have to create a very competitive advantage in delivering these services. Delivering these services means creating an convenient way of providing the services in the hand of your customer. So it is being realized that we should know what are the product and service we are marketing. So the most important question I will be coining over here is, what is the difference between product and service? The moment we think we are like entirely blank, that product, what is the difference? So I'll explain that. When we talk about product, Product is nothing but it is something which is tangible, it can be seen, it can be felt, and you can have it in your hand. That means a product is a tangible thing that can be gained by the customer. A product is defined as anything that can be offered to the market for attention, acquisition, use or consumption. What are the characteristics of service? Now the moment I talk about differentiation between product and service, service can be defined on the basis of 4 important characteristics. What are that? Service is intangible. As I said, product can be seen and touched. Service is intangible because you cannot see it, you cannot touch it. If I say HDFC Bank, if I say Canara Bank, if I say Dena Bank, can you see that? Can you touch it? No, you will simply say you have visited a particular branch. So the services that we are providing to our customer is in a form of intangibility. So that's the reason the competition further increase. You have to create a competition by way of marketing your product and telling your customer, even though it is intangible, but you can measure it by way of providing tangibility in a form of you are giving passbook, you are giving checkbook, you are giving ATM card, you are giving debit card, so that they can realize that yeah, I am a customer of so and so bank and I am having a credit card, debit card which I can use for shopping. Next one, inseparability. Product can be separable. The moment I bought, for example, this presenter or maybe this dress, I am owner of this dress. That means I became the owner of this product. But when I talk about bank, the ownership cannot be given. Example, if I am having an account in a particular bank, I can't say I am an owner of that bank. So that's the reason the ownership cannot be transferable, it cannot be separated. That's the reason it is said service is intangible and inseparable. Next one, heterogeneity. Heterogeneity, as I just explained you, every bank and every industry, they are providing different services in a different manner. Heterogeneity means the service, how it is going to be delivered to the customer is going to differ from bank to bank. So you have to increase the efficiency of your bank in delivering or providing that services to your customer. For example, when you talk about heterogeneity, there are so many multiplex, there are so many banks. So why a customer only opt for a particular multiplex or particular bank? Because of the convenience and the service given by that customer given to that customer by a particular bank. And last one is perishability. Now this is very important characteristic which most of the bank and the marketeer in that organization need to work on. What is perishability? Perishability means a product or a service that cannot be stored. It cannot be stored in a warehouse or a godown. For example, if I say dresses or if I say a particular product in a form of maybe apparels, maybe your any cosmetic product or maybe watches or any type of product that you can see and touch, I can store it. I can have a particular place where I can keep that product. But in case of service, I cannot. Okay, so as we were talking about the 4 characteristics of service, now what is the next service characteristic? It is perishability. Perishability, as I said, it means we cannot stock it, we cannot store it at a particular place. So now the most important focus, being a marketeer from a service industry, you have to look on is how we can encash on this particular characteristic. So that's the reason many times you have seen bankings or the bankers, they are coming up with an offer. If you are using a particular debit card or credit card at so and so place, you will get a cashback or you will get a rebate points. That is nothing but utilizing the perishability characteristic in a more and more fruitful manner. Even many times the banks are coming up with various tie-up. If you are using a particular petrol pump or you are going for a particular flight or airline industry, you can use our credit card or debit card and you will be getting a cash point or redeemable point. So that is nothing but utilizing the characteristic in more and more fruitful manner.